Sure. Firstly, I'd like to start by saying Ya Ali Madad and Assalam to all the viewers of Karbala TV. My name is Rizwana Tara. I've come from London for Ashura of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. This is my third visit to Karbala. I came 2 years ago with my parents, and it was such a special feeling. I've never been to a place like Karbala. I don't think I'll ever go to a place like Karbala. For me, it's like visiting Imam Hussain alayhi salam in person. Experiencing the sacrifice that he made for Islam, and just being overwhelmed with people who feel the same that you feel, who remember Imam Hussain alayhi salam, remember all his children. It's such an amazing feeling. It's like coming to Jannat on earth. It's amazing. I don't think I can, to be honest. I think the feelings there's just so many emotions running through you. There's so many feelings. Firstly, I think you feel so blessed to be Shia, to be a follower of Imam, a follower of Ahl Bayt. You thank God that there's something right about you, that you're here. You just thank God as much as you can. I think the feelings are just overwhelming, truly spiritual, truly overwhelming. You don't feel like you're on earth. When I personally come here to Karbala, to Najaf, to Kazma and to Samra, I feel like I'm meeting the Imams in person. I feel like I'm going through the experiences they went through. I feel like I'm special, like I've been chosen to come here. So it's a very, very overwhelming experience, and I don't think that anyone can truly describe how they feel. I think just being here is a huge memory. For me, I think one of the things that I take away from Karbala is when I go to the shrines to read my namaz, I'm surrounded left and right by people who don't know me, they don't know my language, they can't speak to me in my language, I can't speak to them. But we all have this immense love for Imam Hussain alayhi salam, Mawla Abbas alayhi salam. We all feel that same love, and we talk to each other, we tell each other who we are, why we're here, how many times have we been here. We ask each other to do dua for each other. But we all feel like we're on the same page. We all feel like, we're special to be here, we're grateful to be here, and just meeting people with the same iman, same aqidah, the same spiritual level that you're on is one of the biggest memories that I take away. And actually seeing the places of the Imam's sons that have been martyred, seeing all those holy shrines and seeing all the holy places that we visit, and the amount of people that pray for you and believe in the Imam, is just a massive memory that you take away, and one that just you can't replace it with anything. My personal dua that I go to every single place, and especially to our leader, to Imam Hussain alayhi salam, is to give me the marifat of Imam Izmaina alayhi salam. Our Imam is Hazir and Nazir, and I feel that in our generation not a lot of youngsters talk about the Imam. We've been told several times by ulama and by people that Imam is in Ghaibut and Imam is in Ghaibut, and I personally believe that you need to build a connection with your Imam. And where is the biggest place on earth than Karbala, to ask for the marifat of Imam, to ask for the opportunity to meet with the Imam, to connect with the Imam. And I pray for everyone that can't come here. I pray for people who haven't asked me to pray for them. But for me personally, I pray for the marifat of Mawla Imam Izman alayhi salam, and to be part of his rayat, hopefully. Well, firstly, when we go from here, we take the feeling with us. We remember the feeling every day. You go back home, you don't see the ulams, you don't hear the processions that you're hearing. You can't sort of visit a shrine. We really miss that. We miss that. We go back into sort of the Western world. We go back to work. We think about Karbala all the time. In terms of the preparation, I think you just have to not think about it. You just have to do it. You just have to say to yourself, yes, I'm coming to meet Mawla. Mawla, help me to come. And you just prepare yourself like that, really. You remember all the maqams, you remember Najaf, Kazman, you remember all the duas, you remember all the history of all the Imams, what happened to the Imams, how they were all brutally martyred. And that's your preparation. You bring that to mind, and that's what motivates you to come here. My message to the viewers would be, don't think about anyone else, don't listen to anyone else. You need to gain the marifat of Ahl Bayt al-Islam, you need to find out who this holy household was, why the Prophet was so connected, why he said, you know, Imam is from me and I am from Imam. And you just need to make dua to come here. You will never ever experience anything like Karbala, Najaf, Ghazmen, Samra, ever. You won't ever experience it anywhere. And just pray that you can come here, that Mawla gives you that chance to come to this holy land. And my message would be, don't worry about anyone but yourself, and try your best and pray for the Imam to come here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Mehak Khawaga. I am originally an Indian, but I've lived in Africa my entire life. I am from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the specific city is Kinshasa. I am currently a university student. I study in commerce, accounting, and that's it basically about myself. This is not my first year that I've been to Karbala. It's actually my 6th time here. I don't really remember much of my first time because I was a really young kid. I came for Ashura the first time I came here, and I remember not being able to understand the importance of this city, not being able to understand why we value it so much. But as I grew on and as I started understanding how Imam Hussein had sacrificed not only his life, but the lives of his companion, his friends, for us, for our benefit, so that we could be on the right path, so that we could follow Islam perfectly, I started understanding the importance of the city. What takes me off about Karbala, what actually fascinates me completely, is that when you arrive Karbala, it's an extremely surreal feeling. You're here, but you cannot actually comprehend that you're actually sitting here looking at the Zaria of Imam Hussein. You don't really feel you're in this world. You can't connect to this world. You're just in your own bubble. It really truly feels that you're in an extremely important place. And the surrealism of this is that you do feel that you're standing on heaven, that you're actually in heaven. It's the love of Imam Hussein. I just can't get enough of Karbala. Every time I come here for ziyarat, I spend 20 days. And when I go back, all I want to do is come back again. And I start missing it from day one when I reach my country. It's said that when Allah wants someone to perform a good deed, He puts the love of Imam Hussein and the love of his ziyarat in his heart. So I have the Imam Hussein's love so much. I'm not saying that I'm a completely saint person. I'm not saying that I don't do any guna. But Imam Hussein's love, and especially, and you can even look at it in a very logical way. I love Imam Hussein because he's my Imam, but I also love him because of everything he's done for us. I love him because he's sacrificed so much for me, and I want to please him as much as I can. I want to be next to him. I want to be able to touch his zari and be close to him. That's what drives me to come to Karbala every year. Yeah, I know it's a very common hadith saying that if you ask any dua under the dome of Imam Hussein, it is to be accepted. There is no chance of it not being accepted. Everybody has many different duas. I remember starting by asking. So every time I come to Karbala, I remember starting my duas by asking Allah for making me pass in exams or coming first. But then there's always this one dua that I keep asking Allah. One is that may I never go on the wrong path. May I always, always love Imam Hussein as much as I do now. May my love for him increase. And every time we have to pray the al-Wida ziyarat, I keep asking Imam Hussein that I'm praying the ziyarat right now, but please do call me again, because I cannot imagine my life without coming to Karbala. In fact, we have this break every December, and we have the choice of going anywhere in this world we want to. But Karbala is the only place worth coming to every year, again and again. If I had the chance to meet Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, it would mean that, first of all, it would mean the world to me, because you can't actually explain this feeling, until it actually happens to you. Because in that moment, I don't think I'd be able to speak, because I'd be literally lost and really, really excited, because I'd be in this state of excitement that I'm actually meeting my Imam, which I'm sure is not a very common thing that happens to everybody. I don't know what I'd actually say. I really have no idea. So the final message is that Karbala is not an ordinary city. It's the city where many Imams come every year to meet our holy Imam, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Traveling here is not easy, and not many people have the capability of doing so, but if you do, I really encourage you to come, even if it means skipping one meal of the day, even if it means decreasing the luxuries in your life. If you have the possibility of coming here, I would really encourage you to do so. Because imagine being able to meet the Imam, being able to come to the zari of the Imam that actually gave up his entire life for you. He didn't need to do that. He could have easily won the Battle of Karbala. Hazrat Abbas was enough to defeat the army of Yazid. But he gave up that temporary victory just for you, so that Islam could stay alive, so that you could be on the right path, so that you could not go astray, so that you would not be the victims of hell. And you can't understand the feeling of being in Karbala until you arrive here. Its importance, its heaviness, its glory touches your heart when you actually stand between Bainul Harmain. When you stare at Hazrat Abbas's dome, or when you stare at Imam Hussein's dome, you have just this feeling of love inside you that grows as you continue. And I assure you, as soon as you step into Karbala, you will not want to leave. And if you do leave, you'll want to come back again and again. And I'm sure everybody has heard about the walk from Najaf to Karbala that happens every year. Many people participate in this walk, and it is not a very easy walk. 3 days continuously walking, no comfortness, even though many people keep up stalls so that you could be comfortable, so that you could have the easiest journey ever. That you don't even feel that pain when you're walking from Najaf to Karbala. Your heart is just focused on Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And you will truly understand humanity after coming to Karbala, especially if you've attended this walk, because in this walk you will see that everybody is united. People actually die to serve you because you're the Zawar of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And having that title is not an ordinary stuff, and you can only understand it when you come here.